Hello, beautiful family. I just wanted to come on because I'm on one of my little walks and just reflecting and thinking about like how much my way of thinking and way of being has changed. And it's like the slow progression of me changing and morphing into who I am now, or who I'm becoming, or remembering who I am rather, because it's more like a unbecoming. It's like an unraveling of everything that we are not to remember that which we are. And it's just so funny because I just see how slowly but surely my way of thinking and operating is changing completely. I mean, I've always operated different from society, but like it just it's in a new way. It's in a new way where like I'm interacting with humans and it's like on a different level. It's a different level of consciousness. It's like I know that we are one, and I know that we're in this dance, and it's just like I'm interacting with them different. And not every time, and I do fall back into old ways and old patterns of being, but I see myself gradually like stepping out of that and into something new, and just like really being able to live in the state of like almost oneness and interconnectedness. And it's happening so naturally that like I was just at the park and this dog came running up to me and started jumping on me and licking me and like rubbing itself all over me, wanting to get pet, and like just so fucking playful. And I was loving the interaction. And then the owner came up and was like, and you could tell that she was nervous about like how I was going to respond to the dog. And I was just like, oh, hey, it's a great day. And I could feel like the nervousness and the cut-offness inside of her. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was like I could feel her worrying that I was going to judge her. And like, I could just feel so much in that moment. It was just like, wow, I'm just becoming so aware of how other people feel on a whole nother level, and able to tap into it in like a very conscious way, and then show up for that human in my experience in whatever way that's needed at that moment. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I've always had this gift, but like it's becoming more I don't know, like I'm actually able to hone my gift. Like before, I would feel other people's emotions, but I wouldn't know how to actually hold space, if that makes sense. Because I would take whatever was happening personally, and then I would be like super people pleaser, like trying to, do all the things, but not in the right sense, if that makes sense. Like it was more out of like a fear of judgment from others kind of thing. Where like in the past, I might have taken it personal that the lady seemed a little standoffish, like, right? But like, no. Like I see that like it has nothing to do with me. Like that whole interaction, it had nothing to do with me. Like, and it was no reflection of who I am, right? It's like, what level of love do people have for themselves? And, in that moment, you could tell she felt like embarrassed that her dog wasn't on a leash and, all the things. But like, I wasn't bothered by it. I loved it. I love that dog. That dog can come and play with me anytime. But I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, like to be in it and to feel the resistance of somebody, like, because I'm very much about connecting to people, especially, right from the heart. And when there's that resistance, I can feel it immediately. And yeah, I just like, I used to take that shit personal, and it's like, no, not anymore. I see it. I see from a way bigger perspective now. And yeah, just interesting to like just see the growth as you progress on your journey, as you introspect, as these things come up and as these human experiences happen, And then you realize that like you're not even the same person that you used to be anymore. Like you're operating on a whole different level. And it's almost like, I would get cut off and I would get upset, and it would piss me off for the whole day. It's like that stuff doesn't happen anymore. I get cut off and I'm like, well, I guess that guy was in a hurry, more of a hurry than me. Peace, Or how about the other day when I was at the hospital. I had an appointment, and when I was leaving, there was a car that pulled over for valet parking, and I waited. I couldn't really go around the guy because he was like in the way of going around, and then he moved his car slightly, and so I went to go around him. But as I went to go around him, there was a pedestrian walking in the street, and they screamed at me to slow down. Now, mind you, I didn't see the pedestrian, and I wasn't going fast. I was literally just at a standstill and was going around this car, and I knew that there was like a crosswalk there. So, and at first I could feel the energy move through my stomach, and up into my chest and my throat, and I'm like, felt my whole body contract, and I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. And then I just watched, just observed the energy moving through me. I waved to the guy and I smiled, and I just did a couple of deep breaths and just imagine that energy being sent down into the earth and releasing it. And then I was able to go about the rest of my day. Whereas usually, guys, when something like that would happen, I would be all caught up in arms and and it's the thing that I've noticed is that when things happen, instead of just letting ourselves experience the experience and let the energy move through us, we attach a story to it. And then our mind starts to go in circles and circles and circles about this. And then it exacerbates the feeling inside of you. And then you're in a bad mood all fucking day. That is what I fucking have noticed. So the more present that I am in my body and able to just be whatever the fuck's happening and just observe it, don't put a story to it, and just see whatever you're feeling in your body. Know that emotions are energy in motion. And so you want to let that energy move through you freely. The moment that we try to judge it and stop it or anything like that is the moment that it becomes a blockage. It's the moment that it becomes a blockage from you experiencing the bliss of life. And we are all worthy of experiencing this bliss, but we have to be willing to feel the discomfort and let it move through us. Because the more that we persist the discomfort, the worse it gets, and the longer it stays, the more it persists. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, because whenever these juicy nuggets of wisdom come through, I'm like, gotta make a video, because maybe it will help somebody on their journey, because we're all in this shit together trying to figure it out. So the more we open up to each other about our experiences and about the spiritual aspect of life, open our hearts to each other, the more beautiful and magical this world will get. I truly believe. I love you.